So we've heard a lot recently about SJWs, but the worst, by all means, are British. And I'm going to show you a story of how two highly influential SJWs are screwed over at a single charity. Okay, now the first one is J.K. Rowling. Now, she's obviously the author of Harry Potter, but she also wrote a book called Fantastic Beasts, and she donated the rights to that book to a charity called Comic Relief, which raises money for causes both in Britain and also around the world. Now this week sees the release of the DVD for the second Fantastic Beasts movie, and the movie wasn't well received. The critics gave it a poor score, and the audience also didn't give it a great score. J.K. Rowling is looking for publicity for the DVD sales, so she's come up with this story that two characters, Dumbledore and Grindelwald, are gay. But they're not gay in the movie, which is just bizarre. Why say two characters gay when they're not gay in the movie? That's just bizarre. All it is some publicity attempt to make more sales for the DVD. It's so obvious. If she was really interested in gay characters, why did she go and write a story about two gay characters? She's got the ability to do that. Why take two existing characters and now say they're gay just to promote the DVD sales? But instead, this week is also the annual Comic Relief event. So instead of trying to promote the books and trying to sell books to raise money for the charity, she's tried to come up with this gay story about two characters to sell DVDs. Hey, that's just really horrible thing to do. What they've done is they've actually created negative publicity for the book because people can see what's going on. She's just trying to sell more DVDs, and it hasn't gone down very well. Now, this is the other example of a British SJW, and this is actually the worst one. Okay, so this is a politician called David Lammy, and he criticised a white television presenter called Stacey Dooley, because what they do each year, you have TV presenters, they go over to Africa and they promote what the charity does, and they basically go to villages where there's children living in abject poverty, and they make videos trying to get people to donate money to the charity. This charity has been run for about 20 years, and it's a really popular, hugely successful charity. But because of David Lammy's criticism of these presenters being white saviours, look what happens. The charity donations fall by £8 million. So now his claims that these television presenters are just white saviours, and what his actual criticism was, he believes they're portraying Africa in a negative light. So instead of focusing on the positives of Africa, like the industrial areas, the city areas, the skyscrapers that are in Africa, focusing on the children living in poverty. But the result of that criticism is that the donations fall by £8 million. Why didn't he just keep his mouth shut? And why has he brought in race relations? Okay, yes, the presenter is white and the child is black, but it's still children who live in poverty. And the result of that criticism is that less money goes to the charity. Why would he attack and criticise a charity that's doing an excellent job? To attack a charity that's helping young children live in poverty is just disgusting. Okay, and this is really the thing that gets me. This is just, I'm not trying not to swear, this really gets on my nerves. Okay, this is disgusting. Okay, so this politician, he's the politician for an area called Tottenham in London, and it's a very deprived area. It's one of the poorest areas in London. And they have a lot of problem with knife crime recently. So instead of this politician focus on local points that he was elected to do and serious issues local to him, like knife crime, he's criticising what television presenters are doing on the other side of the planet, which is raising money for children. Why would he do this? Why would he attack a charity when there's actually a spate of knife crime in the area that he was elected to control and improve? I don't understand it. These SJWs are just bonkers. They bring in these storylines of gay people that are not in the movies. If they're gay, put them in the movie. Or go and write a book. Why just say they're gay but you don't see it? If they're not in the story, it doesn't matter if they're gay. It's just bizarre. But it's just publicity to sell a DVD. Why can't she try to sell the book, which raises money for charity? It's just bonkers. It's really appalling what these SJWs can do. And why attack a charity that leads to an £8 million fall in donations, which is around £12 million? These SJWs are just bonkers. Why can't they just keep their mouth shut and just be normal people like the rest of us? This is the results. They upset people, they offend people by claiming characters are gay when they're not actually gay in the movies, and then they attack white people for trying to help African children, and it leads to £8 million fall in donations. If you think American SJWs are bad, you want to take a look at British SJWs, because this is the results they can do. They can offend people, they can lead to a fall in the money a charity can raise. These SJWs, the British ones, I can assure you, are worse than Americans. You'll be surprised what British SJWs can do, and this is an insight of what the damage they can do. Okay, there's knife crime in this local politician's area, but what's he focus on? Instead, he focuses on the charity that raises money for African children. Why bring race into it? If he doesn't like the way that African children or Africa is being promoted, why doesn't he do something about that? Why doesn't he go over to Africa or support other ways of promoting Africa, the positive elements? But why attack a charity? It's just appalling. And this is the same charity, so both points are linked to the same charity. J.K. Rowling donated the book rights to Comic Relief, which is a charity, but she didn't try to promote the book. She's just tried to come out and get more DVD sales. And then this politician has come out and attacked the same charity, again, Comic Relief, when it's raising money for children who live in poverty. Just disgusting. It's really appalling. And I just want people to know what these SJWs are really capable of. They are disgusting.